1986. Obviously, I didn't watch these movies in the year. (1984) Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. Love this movie. Johnny Depp's in it.
Another great scream queen. The character's name is Nancy. I'm sure everybody saw this movie. Love the original. Love Wes Craven. He's one of my favorite directors. So 1980. 1985, Return of the Living Dead, the first zombie movie on my list, and a great one. Love this movie. Scary, gory, bloody, everything. Space movie, 1986, Aliens, Sigourney Weaver. The title basically says it for itself. Again, all these movies you guys already seen. Again, this is not a spoiler. So, Aliens, Sigourney Weaver, having a woman being a badass. I like 87. This is a cheesy but a good one. The Coreys are in it. Lost Boys, vampires. I think this is my first vampire movie on my list.
The living zombies.
Yeah, I was an NC teenager, and this definitely right up in my alley.
It's more of a religious type of
I love the
thriller,
character
but I
star.
definitely want to
I like the vibe. About vampires, funny, not scary at all, but I wanted to put on my list. It's very funny. In 1989, for this first segment, the one to wrap it up, I love this movie. It's another Stephen King adaptation, Pet Sematary, the original one. The premise is gruesome about what a family has to go through and how they handle grief. So as a child, this book scared the living crap out of me. I couldn't even keep it in my room. I felt that it made my room haunted. So I would always, after I read it, I gave it away. But the movie, I enjoyed it as well. Campy, scary kids. A very, 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 very heart-wrenching premise in the beginning. But I really enjoyed it. So we're in the car getting some herbs for my garden. I saw something on Pinterest. But anyway, I digress. We're on 1990. This is not scary, not gory. It's more of a thriller, sci-fi, not sci-fi, thriller, supernatural. It's Flatliners, the original with Julia Roberts. Love this movie. It used to be my comfort movie. Anytime I wanted to watch something in the background, I put this on. It's about life after death and what's beyond. 1991, People Under the Stairs. I absolutely love this movie. Again, it's not gory, but it's like a thriller. It's about a young black boy and what he meets with a unique pair of people that live in the house and what they have hidden under the stairs. 1992, of course, the original Candyman. It's about, like, kind of saying Bloody Mary in the mirror, but it's about a urban legend and the deep-rooted city, and the boogeyman is a black man. So I do love this movie as well. It does have gore, it does have blood, but yeah, it's a nice, like, scary movie of like a monster. 1993, back to the creepy kids, Macaulay Culkin and The Good Son. It's about the bad seed that appears and has a mask of being good, and when that mask falls off, what he does to his family and people around him, and just kind of being a sociopath at a very young age. Before the year I graduated high school, In the Mouth of Madness. Again, not gory or bloody or anything like that. It's more of a psychological thriller. It's a trip. It really is. It's like Inception. Thought inside of a thought inside of a thought. It's about an author that thinks he's doing something but finds himself in a huge mess and quickly descends into madness. 5, Tales from the Hood. I love anthologies. This is my first anthology movie on the list. I love it. People of color, different stories, unique. Love this movie. 96, back to Wes Craven. He bought this the scary movie genre back with this movie with Scream. Drew Barrymore in her opening scene. It's a slasher teenage movie. Love this movie. 1997, again, it's a space scary movie. It has some gore, some blood. It's based in space, about different dimension, demons, things of that nature. It's called the Event Horizon. I love space. I'm absolutely obsessed with space. Now, back at the house, 1998, The Ring. Another scary thriller story. Not that much gore, but just scary, about a young woman that you think that was wronged, that's looking for revenge, but you find out otherwise. 2000, Ginger Snaps. Finally, I have a werewolf movie on here. This is a really cool movie, gore, scary, about coming of age as a woman and also werewolves. 2001, Jeepers Creepers. This is not a best list, guys. This is just movies I really enjoy every year of my life. So Jeepers Creepers, also kind of like a slasher movie, a monster that hunts the unsuspected, and yeah, a brother and sister on a road trip that basically run into more than what they counted for. 2002, May. This is a small indie movie. It's about a young woman that's extremely socially anxious, and she finds out a new way of how to make friends. Body horror, very unique. 2003, Open Water, my first shark movie. I'm scared of open water. I think a lot of people are for some reason, and they got left behind. One of my biggest fears being like not jacuzzi, but like snorkeling, whatever, and then they leave. So 2003, Open Water. This movie is my biggest fear. I am scared of open water. I'm scared of being left behind, and they're sharks. So it's a couple. They're on vacation. They get left behind. And it's about them trying to survive. 2004, a little dark comedy horror, Shaun of the Dead. It's a zombie movie, apocalyptic, viral, but funny. And I love this movie. It has blood, it has gore, but the humor overshadows it. It's like a group of people, friends, lovers, enemies, and how they try to survive it in a pub. 2006, I love this. Another memory, guilty pleasure. These scary movies are not awesome. I saw this. I mean, I love scary movies. I love horror. So obviously, I know what good scary movies are. These are really cheesy. But this is scary. This is gory. This is bloody. Nostalgia. I love the game. I used to play it a lot when I was young. And I don't know, it's another comfort movie. It's not scary. Has great monsters. Triangle Head has great monsters. But it really isn't scary, but it has great mapped out or discovered, and they just decide to discover themselves. You know what happens. You know what happens. This 2007, The Reaping. This scared me for, I don't know. Do you ever have movies that creep you out and you have absolutely no reason why? This again is a religious type of horror. It's about a scientist that goes out to a small town because the river turned red, and they dive deep into the sins in the Bible and going through all the different plagues and trying to make sense of it, and she's in the center of it all. This one also has a sweet memory. Case 39 involves another creepy kid, a little girl, that appears to be in a very child abuse type situation, has to be placed in a home, and then her caseworker adopts her. But realizes the parents may have put her in that oven for a really good reason. But the reason why this is a good movie and one that is nostalgic is the one that I saw with my husband. So, yeah, I love this movie, nostalgia, because it was the first movie we saw together. So, I love it. 2010, Insidious, when they start bringing out surprisingly, I don't have The Conjuring on here. I'm not sure why, but I love The Conjuring. But for some reason for this year, Insidious really stood out for me. And yeah, it was really scary. Again, it involves a kid haunting, but astral projection, like you leaving your body and it's really not bloody or gory, but full of ghosts, scary, spooky. 2011, another good one, Cabin in the Woods. It's kind of a dark comedy and knows what it is, and it's poking fun at the horror genre with all its different tropes. I love this movie. I love that it's self-aware. Love it. 2012. This is also disturbing, sinister. A dad moves his family into a haunted property where a murder happened but didn't tell them, so that way he can get inspiration. And there's a group of tapes in the attic that he watches that exposes a very, 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 very dark side of the history of the house and what's going to be happening to his family very soon. 2013, Oculus. I love this movie. I love the main woman character. Again, it's about children that had a very brutal past, a mirror that is haunted, and it makes the people around them that they decide to possess do bad things. So every family it comes across, something really bad always happens, and a sister and brother comes back. The next one, 2008, Martyrs. This is my first really dipping my toe to you guys disturbing horror movies. Extremely triggering. Think of all the trigger warnings you want. Very bloody, very gory, very disturbing. But yeah, I've watched a lot of disturbing horror. But it's about a young woman that goes through a process of someone wanting her to be a martyr. So if you haven't seen it, just be warned. Very triggering. Like I was saying, a brother and sister come together to try to destroy the mirror, and unfortunately, history repeats itself. 2014, The Taking of Deborah, Logan. A very cool movie. It's kind of like documentary style. Yeah, it's about an older woman that's going through dementia, her family taking care of her, and there's a news crew documenting things that are happening with living with a family member that's going through this type of scenario. And yeah, there's something else wrong with Deborah, more than the dementia. So it's definitely a possession movie and demon movie. I really enjoyed it. 2015, I enjoyed this movie. I saw this at like a really small, artsy type of theater. It's called Maggie. It has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and it's a different side. He's a lot older. It's about him and his daughter, and the world they live in is post-apocalyptic. Byro, his daughter, got bit, and she's slowly changing, and he's decided to stay with her through the change. And will he do it when she's fully no longer her? Will he kill her? A dad to his daughter? 2016, this really caught me off guard on Netflix. The Terrifier. Oh my god, trigger warning, gruesome, gross. Oh my god, blood. It's a clown in it. There's a clown. That's all you need to know. Guys, for the last 6 all the way up to 2022, I'm going to do a part 2 because this video is going to be freaking forever. And for the last 6 remaining, I'm going to take my time and go through them a lot more thoroughly, and just go through them with you. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're learning more about me. I love doing this. Let me know if you want me to do more movie reviews, because I do watch movies uniquely. So yeah, if you want to know what that means, being a visually impaired blind person with no central vision, please let me know in the comments. I would love to do more in-depth and more detailed thoughts of movies I watch. So I'll see you for part 2, guys.